morning, everyone, and welcome to Salon Talk with Nancy. I'm Nancy, and I'm your host for today's show. Have you ever known anyone in life that seems to be happy? They seem to just have it all going on. They're never angry. They handle stress, and you are thinking to yourself, do they even have any stress? Or maybe you're the type of person that you're just going through life and you're just reacting, and every day is like a new adventure, and you're always irritated and on edge, and you just want the chaos to stop. Well, today we're going to be talking about living your life with purpose, and what does that mean? And how can we find our purpose before we even have breakfast? So some of the things that kind of benefit us when we feel that we have purpose in our life is it improves our mood. It increases our productivity, reduces stress tremendously, and you get to experience more joy in your life. Who wouldn't want that, right? So I'm going to tell you a little story. And this has actually happened to me more than once. So anybody that knows me, I just want to say they know that I walk in and I always have a smile on my face. And I try very hard. It's not often you see me getting upset over too many things, although my husband might tell you otherwise. But every day I live my life and I'm happy and I love what I do and I love helping people, and I live my life every day with purpose. So this particular morning that I'm speaking of, I was in my office working, and somebody that's a friend of mine but is a hairdresser texted me and said, Nancy, I have a question for you. So of course I'm thinking it's work related, and I go, okay, shoot, what is it? And she says to me, are you really that happy? Do you really love what you do as much as you appear to? Because I'm really starting to question if I'm even meant to be in this industry anymore. And I kind of chuckled to myself because I thought, oh, that's not the first time I've had somebody ask me that. And I responded, yes, absolutely. I'm always, every time you see me when I walk in, that is an authentic smile. I authentically live my life with purpose. And the person said, purpose? What's your purpose? And I said, well, I put my intention out every day on what my purpose is for the day. I said, do you really think that I just walk in and say, oh, today I'm going to sell her some shades EQ? No, of course not. I explained to her how every day I set out my intention for what I want the day to look like and set my goals, and I live my life with purpose. That's why I'm so happy, and that's why I love what I do. So today we're going to be talking about the power of intention and what does that mean so that we can live a better, more prosperous, joyful life. And hopefully some of these suggestions will help you. Hopefully. All right. So that's a true story. I told her I live my life with purpose. So let's just talk about that. The power of intention. What is the power of intention? So this is a crucial part. So I'm going to go back to my story with Jess. My intention every day when I wake up is that first off, I say, I would like to be able to see people's greatest potential and the true essence of who they are. I want to look past whatever it is that's happening, the circumstances. So I always say my intention is I want to see people's greatest potential so that I can be a catalyst in their life to move them forward towards their purpose and help them to achieve their goals joyfully. And then I release it to the universe. So that's my intention. Interesting, right? It's not, I hope these people like Shades EQ because I'm going to walk in and I hope I sell them some Shades EQ. Do you really think that's what it's about? Absolutely not. Not with me anyways. Okay. So what is the intent? What is intention? All right. So I want you to think of intention like your order to the universe today. All right. So an intention, I'm going to put my intention out, and my intention I'm going to put out during the day, and I'm going to give you some real tangible tips. And that intention is what I'm going to put out to the universe, like my order for the day. And that's that's going to come back to me. That's how my day is going to line up. So if you set your intention, good or bad, because the universe always gives you what you ask for, this is going to help us to be more purposeful with everything we do in life, not just being reactive. All right. Intention versus goals. All right. So throughout your day, you're going to have your goals. All right. So my goal will be, I want to get to my accounts on time and in plenty of time. My goal is to have a productive meeting. My goal is to run, like I have a bridal business, so one of my goals always is to run on time because I need to get the girls to the church on time. But my intention is to create a beautiful experience with everyone that sits in my chair that day of that wedding, and to make sure that I'm making them feel and look beautiful. That's my intention, but my goal is to run on time and to get everyone to the church on time. All right? Do you see the difference? So you're gonna have your goals for the day. Maybe as I want to, my goal is I need to drop the kids off, get to work, and finish all my clients for the day. My intention is, I'm going to make sure that I bring joy into people's lives every day, that every client feels special, that I am a great listener and they feel heard, and that I'm going to help and they're going to feel beautiful and special when they get out of my chair. That is an intention. Okay, do we see the difference between a goal and an intention? All right. Let's talk about how do we do this? Let's get some real practical tips for setting clear and achievable intentions for the day. 1, you need to find a quiet place. This may mean getting up a little early. This may mean carving out a little time after you drop the kids off, whatever that looks like. But you need to find a quiet space. I have an office. I actually have a real she shed that my husband built for me, and it has my office. So I, in the morning, get dressed, come out here, and I have my quiet space. 2, you need to connect with the values of who you are, the being and the essence of who you are. So you got to kind of quiet your mind, all right? And connect with what are your values. My values are always to put the other person before me. Because when I was a kid, I was a baby of 5, and I remember a lot of people always telling me I was selfish, and that really bothered me. So as an adult, one of my goals of self-improvement goals is always to put the other person's needs first before mine when it comes to things, different situations. So, connecting with your values and your inner self. And then 1 to 3 intentions only. All right. You're not going to you don't need 50,000 of them. 1 to 3 intentions only. So you're going to pick 1, I want to be of service to others, right? I want to do something. So I want to bring joy into people's lives. I want to, I want to be a good listener and make people feel heard. These are intentions. I want to see, mine is always, I want to see people's greatest potential, because I want to be able to see in you sometimes what you don't see in yourself. And trust me, I do see it. All right. Next, you're going to write it down. Write it down, write it down. If you haven't journaled, it is probably the greatest thing. I did not understand the value of journaling until I started journaling. And journaling is about gratitude. So, you could, I would write your intentions on the top first page of your journal, and you can write, that can be like a gratitude journal. So let's do some examples here, okay? Let's say I'm a hairstylist and I've got a full book of business. It's the holidays. I know it's going to be crazy. And, I have a couple customers. Let's say I have this one customer. We all have one customer. Trust me. Hopefully it's only one. And I just know that I can never make her happy. I never feel comfortable around her. Whatever the situation is, we always butt heads. But she's coming in. I can't get rid of her. She likes it. For some reason, I don't know, it's because I tolerate her. Who knows? Whatever. So you're going to put your intentions out. You're going to journal some things you have gratitude for, and you're going to put your intentions out for the day, and then you're going to visualize it and feel like it's actually happening. So here's my example. My intention for today. Now remember, I'm a hairdresser with a full book of business that day, and it's the holidays, and I want to run on time. So my intention for today is I want to be able to create a positive experience for every client that sits in my chair. I want them to feel loved. I want them to feel heard. I want to run on time. And I want to be able to be of service to them. Done. That's my intention. Pretty easy. So now I'm going to visualize it, especially with this customer that I may not have a good relationship with, or like I don't understand her in general. So now I'm going to say, and thank you so much. I'm journaling. Thank you so much for my very positive experience with Mrs. Smith. It is always a pleasure to have her in my chair. So I'm going to be an exceptional listener today, and my intention is to make her feel beautiful and heard, and I want to run on time. So now I'm imagining it, I'm seeing it in my head. And trust me, I work with a lot of people of such a diverse personality, groups of people, and I do this tool. As happy as I am, I have people that like to push my buttons, and I just want to make sure that I'm always there to serve them, and that they're always having a positive experience when they're working with me. All right? Good. I hope this is helping. Okay. Let's move on. How do I design my ideal morning routine? All right, because it's great that I'm telling you how to do this, but if you're not going to implement it, then you aren't going to benefit from all the wonderful things that come of it. Living with happiness, feeling less stress, being way more productive because I've got purpose and a checklist of what I know I'm going to do for the day. So these are just some examples. So how do I design this ideal routine? Well, I'm going to debunk something right off the top. There is no perfect morning routine. You've got to be flexible. The morning routine is going to be relevant to the season if you have kids. So if they're in school, summertime routine is going to be different than school time routine. Or if they're on vacation, or if somebody's home sick. All right. So it's going to be relative to the time of year. It's going to be relative to your circumstances. Maybe all of a sudden you find yourself as a single parent. I was a single parent for many years. And, I had to make sure I carved the time out. It does not take long, so I'm going to debunk time-wise. So, all right, so there's no perfect routine. It's you being flexible and committing to yourself. And this practice does not need to, it can take 30 minutes. Some days I have 30 minutes. I love to meditate for 30 minutes. And I love to journal and write every little thing out. And then other days, most of the time, I only have 5 minutes. And matter of fact, there are times that I'm dressed, running out the door. I don't have time to come into my she shed and light a candle and sit with my journal and blah, blah, blah. I get in my car, turn my car on if I need heat or if I need AC, and I stop. My journal is in my hand. I quiet my mind, and I take literally 30 seconds to put my intention out there. I write 3 things I'm grateful for, and then I'm going to write and imagine 1 or 2 things that I see happening that I want to happen. So I'm putting my order out there for the universe, and then I say thank you, and you can close it however you close when you're speaking to your higher source or God. I say, because I asked, so it is, thank you. All right. You need to personalize this and you need to be flexible. All right. So now you're going to commit to yourself. If you want to live a more joyful life, if you want to feel like you're literally everything you do, you're doing with purpose. Matter of fact, you can practice this with the small stuff. You can do this with everything you're doing. If I'm doing volunteer work and I'm working and volunteer work, you just show up and you do whatever they need you to do, whether it's cleaning up, if it's setting up, if it's whatever it is. Volunteer work is not always pretty. I still do it with purpose and with joy and intention, with a smile on my face. All right, so committing to yourself to do this, to actually implement it, the few things that I'm sharing with you, like bullet points of how to live your life, a happier life, more purposeful life. All right. So you're going to commit to yourself. You're going to be flexible. You're going to carve out the time for it. And you're going to be mindful to your new practice. So scheduling it in your calendar, taking 2 to 3 minutes each time that you do this to really clear your head, focus on it, feel it, focus on your breathing. All right. Journaling your gratitude will make you feel more joyful and happy. And when you start writing down all the things you're appreciative for, you're going to realize just how many things you have to be appreciative for. As a matter of fact, gratitude for the socks you put on your feet in the morning. There are homeless people that don't have socks. There are people that are walking around without shoes. So let me tell you, you could have a whole list of things to be grateful for, and let me tell you something else I do. And my husband knows I did this. I told him I do this. Anytime my husband is irritating me and I'm just like, dude, seriously, I stop because I hate thinking that way. I don't like feeling that way. I was divorced and single for like 7 or 8 years before I met my husband. He's the nicest man, the best husband I could ever ask for. I'm telling you, he is just the best husband. And whenever he's irritating me, I stop and I just take my deep breath. I calm my thoughts and I think of 3 things that I am so appreciative of him. And it literally brings you back to a different mindset. And you can do that with your customers. You can do that with your kids. You can do that with your neighbors. I had a neighbor that I thought was totally annoying when I first moved to Rhode Island. And, I changed my mindset. It's perception is reality. And I started to write down things that I was grateful for. And it made me really realize how much I have to be grateful for. See? Those who have shall have more. Those who have not will lose everything. Wonder who said that one. That's about gratitude. The more you have, the more you are grateful, the more that will come to you. It's a truth. Matter of fact, I live by it and I'm so thankful. All right. Yeah, those who have will have more. That was my note. All right. How else can we start our day or our on the weekends? What are some of the things we can do to really feel more joy in our life? So movement is really important, whether it's taking a walk, it's yoga, it's stretching. I sit a lot. I'm in a car a lot. I travel a lot. I need to move. I'm a yoga girl and I love to walk my dogs in the morning if I can, weather permitting, schedule permitting. However, these things make me feel really good, especially stretching and getting lactic acid out of your joints. Amazing. So, it's not feeling joyful. It starts here, but this body is a vessel to the being that we are, and it is imperative that we honor and take care of this vessel. So nourishing it with healthy foods, drinking lots of water. When you look in the mirror, you should be telling yourself how much you love yourself. It might sound crazy, but it works. All right? So nourish your mind. Here's another thing. I really want you to start to think about, what are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you feeding your brain? All right? So when I meditate, like to listen to certain hertz of music, like 432 hertz is like healing. There's different hertz. And I just go on YouTube Music and I find these hertz. And while I'm meditating, you can feel the happiness and the joy flowing through you. It's amazing. I'm so sensitive to energy that when I walk, if I'm walking and it's nice weather and somebody's driving by and they have music that I might personally not be want to listen to, and again, I'm not judging, it's something that they may like, and I hear it actually like makes me feel like anxious sometimes, and I think to myself, they listen to that all day long. Holy cow. So be mindful of how much news you watch. What kind of movies do you watch? All right. So joy and happiness, it's a big picture. Big picture. So it takes conscious effort to be aware of this. All right. Here's some tips for overcoming, challenges and getting frustrated. So one, be flexible. Adapt your commit 5 minutes, just 5 minutes tops to start. And then the more you get into it, the more you like it, right? The more you can do. So be flexible, and adapt to a changing schedule. Commit to yourself that you're going to have to follow through to do it. I can tell you, if I don't do this, and I find I'm getting stressed out during the day and life is happening, it's just happening to me and I'm being reactive. It dawned on me I didn't take 2 seconds to stop and meditate, and I stop in that moment and I actually put my intentions out. And my entire day changes. I'm not even kidding. It's mindset, people, mindset. Okay, overcoming morning restrictions. I want you to think about, or I'm sorry, morning resistance, all right? So the alarm, I'm human. The alarm goes off. I'd love to hit snooze 15 times. And this is, honestly, sometimes I do hit snooze twice. However, you commit to yourself. So one, if you are the snooze master of procrastination, of getting out of bed, move your alarm to the other side so you have no choice but to get up and get out of bed. All right. Two, put your intention before you go to bed that you're going to get up in the morning and you're going to do this thing. And then when you open your eyes, you're going to go, I do this. Don't think I'm crazy. Today is a great day. Oh my God, I can't wait. It's a great day. Today's a great day. And whatever it is that I want to accomplish, I've already put it out there. That's my order, and I have the expectation that the universe is going to bring it back to me. And then I do my part. I get plenty of sleep, I exercise, and I eat healthy and drink lots of water. All right, see? Commit, and I do the practices I'm sharing with you. Avoid being on the phone or social media. I'm kind of bad with that. I do check my social media before bed, but again, my social media is pretty happy social media. The algorithm isn't like dreadful things. So, but be aware of what you're watching, and so you get plenty of sleep so that when you wake up the next day, you're in it to win it. You're starting your day off the right way. All right. How do I maintain the momentum throughout my day? So let's say I take the couple minutes, 5 minutes to do what I need to do. You're going to try it out. And I have had clients, because I have so many clients that are like, do you really feel this way all the time, Nancy? Is this authentic? I swear to you, I do. And once they start doing it, I'm telling you, it's like life-changing. But you have to commit to yourself to do it, because I committed to myself to be the best version of me. And I want to live my life happy. I can't control circumstances, but I can control how I think and how I react and how I feel about myself. And what I put into my mind, my ears, my eyes, and my, like what I watch, what I listen to, and the food I eat and drink. So, how do I maintain this momentum throughout the day? One, I live on my calendar, so I put in, especially when I'm lacking exercising, I have to put in, okay, Nancy, you're going to the gym today. Okay, Nancy, you're going to do your meditation here. And you know what? It's in my calendar. It can't get moved. It's in my calendar. And I, of course, put it like in the morning. I'm not going to put it in the middle of my day, and if I can't be there. All right, so committing yourself, putting in your calendar, make it a schedule. Exercise, put meditation, take your breaks. So let's say let's say something happened and it was, it was an unforeseen circumstance and you're like, I was having this great day and now this is happening. Take a break, stop, pause, go back in, refresh your memory what you want for the intention. Don't obsess and dwell over that one thing. So, okay, take breaks throughout the day, and have a, mindful moment. I like to do mindful moments before each block, which is to me, our meetings. I have meetings. So I'm going to put an intention out, especially if it's something that is really important to a client of mine. And I need to try to convince somebody to do something on behalf of my client. And I'm the person, the voice of my client. I have to have this meeting. I do blocks. I have my overall intention for the day, and then I'm like, this is my intention for this particular meeting. This is my intention for the outcome of this particular meeting or interaction with somebody. All right? And this works so well if you don't get along with somebody. You're like, or if it's like something you don't even know the person, you're like, how am I going to convince them? They don't even know me. Put your intention out there. You'd be surprised what happens. And then let it go. Don't micromanage it. Kind of talk from the heart. It's the best thing. Follow your intuition. Okay. I hope this is helpful. I love it. I truly live my life this way. All right. So we're going to do a little recap here on how to live your life with purpose and have just a happier life in general. All right. So we're going to set an intention that is a selfless intention with some other people's good deeds in mind. I'm going to connect with my purpose. I'm going to identify my own core values. I'm going to be aware of what I expose myself to so that again, my mind, I'm feeding my mind, body, and soul positive things. I'm going to commit to it. Calendar, put in my calendar, put in my calendar. I'm going to be flexible with myself, changing in my calendar, and I'm going to be forgiving of myself. Some people are really hard on themselves. So if I forgot to do something in the beginning, be forgiving of yourself. But I'm telling you, get a journal. You can just bring it with you. I have my journal with me in the car all the time. And you can just literally sit for 3 minutes in a car, close your eyes, put on some hertz on your, like the positive hertz on your phone, listen to some music and decompress and put it out there into the universe. All right. So you're going to have to design what your ideal morning looks like, because that works best for you. And commit to yourself. All right. So here's my, this is what I'd like. First off, I want all of you, everyone that's listening, if you felt that this was helpful and empowering to you, which I hope it was, because that is my goal always, please connect with me on social media. I am Salon Talk with Nancy on social media. I have this podcast, which this podcast is on many, many different platforms. So please share with your friends. My audience, it's Salon Talk with Nancy. So I'm around the beauty professional all the time, and many different departments of the beauty professional as a coach and mindset coach as well. So share it with your friends. Share your practices, lead by example. Believe me, if people call me and ask me if I'm really as happy as I am, you can do that too. Because I was not born like this, I assure you. It's discipline and courage to think outside the box and just kind of get away. I'm like, there's no way I am not living with negativity like that. I'm just not. I cannot control what goes on all around me, but I can control what goes on in my world. And I'm telling you, it has been life-changing. I wish everyone could feel the way I feel. I wish for everyone that you could live your life happy, joyful. You could have gratitude. I mean, sometimes my heart bubbles so much with love. I feel like a bottle of champagne that's going to pop, and I'm being very serious about that. All right. So I would like to thank all of you for joining me for this episode of Salon Talk with Nancy. I really appreciate you. Please don't just exist in life. find your purpose, create your purpose, live your life with love, and work towards making this world a better place. You know, you can change how you react to people. And if everyone lived their life and their purpose, put a purpose out there every single day to be a service of others, could you imagine how beautiful our world really could be? So I encourage you all to please practice this. Practice what I just talked about and try to recreate the world as you know it, one person at a time. And it starts with you, my friend. So I wish you all the best. I wish you all the happiness in the world. Please, again, if you have any questions, people can reach out to me. You can DM me. You could go to my website, which is nancybogler.com. If people are interested in just having a conversation, reach out to me. I'm here. I'd love to hear your success stories too. I'd love to see and hear how your life has changed just by implementing one or two of these things. All right? Life-changing things don't take all day. They just take a couple minutes in the morning to start it off. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate each and every one of you. I truly do. And please make sure you hit any like buttons on whatever platform you're listening this to. Please hit the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channels. And I will see you soon. All my love people. Mwah. I love you. Have a good day.